We coming at you full effect. Ray right there, Rob over there. I'm right here. And we coming at you with gender equality right now. Now, when this show up on YouTube and they see that word up there, gender equality, they're going to say, what these Chief Hall outdoor furniture head Negroes is about to talk about tonight. And we about to talk about what precedent are we trying to set with some of the things that's coming up under this whole gender equality. Now, we men, and we love women, and we got daughters. So we don't want to take nothing from them, but we understand, too. We old school, but we understand a woman is a lesser vessel than a man. She's not equal in power, strength, physical ability, all that different things. But we all right when it comes to equal opportunities to do certain things. But don't just pick and choose.
They gonna get
if you want to go and play and do these here things, you better get them shovels and dig some ditches. Or pump out these septic tanks.
They gonna get you on that lesser vessel.
Let's get equal.
Lesser vessel, he said. Ooh, they gonna get his behind.
They could get me because that's in the good word talk about that.
Okay,
good word. Now I told my wife something, and I said to my wife, I said, look, if we want y'all, but y'all need us. Now, if you break it all down, you could look at it for just what it's worth. We want a woman in our life, and we want a woman, and we need a woman to continue our legacy to bring children into this world. But to survive, a man, we don't need a woman to survive, because the world that we look at right now was created and maintained by males. Women are 7-8% of women do all those power plant jobs and tough jobs and all of the heavy machinery. Mostly men do those jobs that keep this world going, and that's just the bottom line. But now, we want to go and talk about this young lady that was the first woman, Haley Van Voris, the first female to play in a college football game, Division III, at Shenandoah Hornets, for the school. They're called Shenandoah Hornets. And Rob will put that video up where she actually got in the game and made a tackle.
With trips left, throws under duress, incomplete.
Quarterback had already threw the ball. Now I want to just say where we going with this and what precedent are we trying to set? Because you got a lot of things that can happen when a woman steps on the football field with all men. Now I want to get my bruh's take on it, and we're gonna dig in there. I said a lot, and I know women out there looking at me like, what Frank talking about? But we're gonna dissect it a little bit, and if we have to come back, we'll come back to it. But let's jump on it.
Big Cuts Barbershop. Appointments and walk-ins are welcome. Open 7 days a week. Take advantage of the special promotion we have going on. $25 haircuts from Monday through Wednesday. Yep, you heard right. $25 haircuts. Location, you can find us at 18405 Miramar Parkway. I'll also give you the Instagram. The Instagram is bigcuts_Miramar.
Oh, them comments are coming.
It's gonna be for you too, because you own the Chief Hall podcast.
Yeah, they can say whatever they want to say.
They gonna come for your ball head.
They gonna come for that
too.
what you just said.
But I ain't scared. I ain't said nothing bad.
You didn't say nothing. I don't think you said anything bad. You know, the lesser vessel one, boy. I know the girls are gonna. Ladies are gonna come at you hard for the. They better
have a good explanation. If they think if they not a lesser vessel. Listen. Hey, go ahead. I don't want to go ahead. But
but lesser vessel. But at the end of the day, whatever.
Yeah. What precedent we set? Do you want your daughter to play football?
No, I don't want my
with
daughter.
Men?
No, that's a
okay. What problems you see happening when you start letting women get on the field with football with men to play football?
And that's self-explanatory. It's men out here getting hurt big time.
So come on with it now.
So yeah, obviously, you get some women out there to play, even though there's some good women that are out there playing football and can run and tote that ball and got some size on them, everything. But man, come on. If somebody like Ray Lewis come out there and hit him, man, it's going to be a problem. So, yeah, I love women and I love that they should be included in sports. But I think, what's wrong with keeping it separate? Women sports and men's sports. Hey, support the WNBA.
I think it's safer on both areas, because if you the guys, once a woman comes in, some guys, they're going to shy away from being really physical with a woman. And that's going to be detrimental to the whole concept of that competitive spirit. And then some guys are going to go hard and don't give a hoot that she a female, because they're going to say in their mind, well, if you want to come out here, you want to get out here and be with the big boy, well, you're going to have to be able to take it.
But if
and
she
that's
get,
the kind
if
of
she
problem
get that
you
big
can
hit,
run.
if she get that big hit, people are gonna be boo. They're gonna be boo.
Yeah, it's gonna look crazy. So I think that it's we could set a wrong precedent by starting to allow that. That was Division III, which there's some good players and that come from Division III schools that actually become great players. Now, if I looked it up, I don't know how many Division III school players became Hall of Famers, but I guess you can call. I mean, Shannon Sharp and them boys came from Savannah State. They came from real small schools, and they made it to the Hall of Fame. But my problem is we getting too far ahead of ourselves by including women into male sports, because you start letting guys want to start playing girls volleyball. I mean, straight men. I'm not even dealing with transgender and all that. I'm just dealing with straight young women, straight men, and they want to play sports and compete with on that level. This could be a problem for us as things go on in our society. Which
So
we
you said we're getting far ahead of ourselves, but it shouldn't happen. Period. In your world, it shouldn't happen. Period.
It shouldn't. That's what I'm saying.
So we ain't getting far ahead of ourselves because we don't want it to happen later.
I mean, it's not one. That's the thing. We don't set the precedence. Mm-hmm. See, now we always start something, and then it's hard to pull it back. And now, if you try to stop it now, people gonna say, "Well, you let her play," and you're gonna have all these people writing letters and saying, "Why my daughter feels she could compete. Let her get on out there."
Okay.
And unfortunately, it's gonna probably be it's gonna have to take a number of situations where, they put her in on defense where she was at a position where she can run at a quarterback. They haven't put a female on offense, which is a totally different game. She was able to run full speed, and it looked like the guy kind of let her get in, and the quarterback threw the ball, and she knocked him down. So, I mean, if she's not running the ball, she's not quarterback, and she's not doing that. And I think a lot of men are going to have a big problem with if it starts to go that far.
We got a couple of kickers
we
in
got
high
a
school,
problem.
though, right? Some ladies,
With
female kickers in high school.
And in college, too.
In college, too,
That's what I'm saying. This is the first female in a non-kicking position, was this young lady here. So the precedent, now, I'm all, when we talk about equality, but to what extent, Rob? How far do we want to go with saying that men and women are equal? How far do we want to go with this?
Well, first of all, from a logic perspective, right? Men and women are not equal, in my opinion. Okay, not 100% across the board with everything. Number one, our bodies are made different, so I don't give a damn how much a woman try to go and play football. It's only so far that she can go. You know, they're going to have to make exceptions for her. You know, it's not like she can play D-line and get at the quarterback or go in the weight room and be lifting all these weights or whatever. Her body is not built for that.
Not built for that.
Period. You know what I mean? Now we can have this discussion all day, but that's just my opinion. And I don't want to get too in-depth.
That's what I'm saying. We got to be really careful when we say equal. You know, this feminist movement is really pushing that equal, but they not being specific and understanding. You know, you apply for a firefighter, a woman doesn't have to carry that 200-pound. They lessen it. They do it in the military too. She don't have to do the same amount that men do to qualify the military. Soon they gonna be wanting to be Navy SEALs. And boy, them boys gonna catch it. Them boys gonna have a fit when they start trying to want to do that. Rob brought out as far as how we are not equal as far as our makeup, and that's important.
Yeah,
physically we not, psychologically we not,
no,
emotionally, genetic, we're not in a lot of ways. So
right.
The only equality you really lay it down is of opportunity, because even if you give a woman the same opportunity to do certain things, the outcomes will be different. So you can't force equal outcomes. You can maybe have a woman could apply for the same job as we can apply for. Like you starting to see a lot of women driving trucks.
Yeah.
But a lot of times men are right there making sure everything is all right. It's a lady that hauls fuel, and she's always asking somebody to come verify and make sure stuff is all right or whatever. She's not, women start to think too much about certain things. Hauling fuel is dangerous.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of things you can do that can cause a problem for everybody, not just one person. So she called me over once because I see her, and she called me over, and she couldn't hook the when you come to the port to hook up, we load from the bottom, and we got these connectors that we got to pull an arm down to connect your super. And sometimes at whatever port you go to, you go in there, some of them are really heavy.
She was a driver?
She was a driver, and she couldn't hook up the port to it because of the angle she was in. And I was explaining to her, pull up a little bit, do this here type of stuff. And I was able to help her get it on. But I understand that. I'm from the old school. I understand a man's supposed to help a woman with physical things. They're not supposed to be able to do what we can do physically. So I don't have a problem with that. That's a woman. Now, without getting too far off, the whole point is we are not equal. So we have to be careful with making it so broad to where women are coming out and getting out of place. I don't want us to get out of place and say women are not valuable or worthless, and then I don't want women to get out of place and start thinking that they're better and stronger and equal and more than us. We both have to stay in line and understand our roles in the human race. Men created the world and set it up so women are comfortable, and all men, if we want a woman, we know we got to make her comfortable. We know we got to provide and set things up so that it'd be easier, because we all want to kiss on them and lay up on them and do all that kind of stuff. Ray, if you look at Ray, you'll catch him, because, boy, look at him. Ray love to lay up with them women, boy. I don't want to talk your heads off, and I don't want to talk ad infinitum about gender equality. We from the old school.
I
said infinitum.
Infinitum. That's a word.
Dictionary out right
You
now.
just,
we got all this
check
paper.
it out.
Got all these paper in front of him right now.
Basically, I don't want to. Infinitum. That may not be a word, and it might be a word, but I'm not gonna.
We're gonna look it up.
I'm not gonna harp on it. Okay, Rob looking at me crazy. Ray looking at me crazy. And we're not going to harp on it. But I'm not going to talk all night about something that we all know is a basic men and women.
Okay.
Men and women are not created equal. And that's how we looking at it, because we dealing with the basic elements of it. Now, I understand what the women's lib movement has done. I understand what feminism has done. It done gaslit a lot of women, and they looking at men as lesser. Now, see, for sure, I don't want us to think of women as in the wrong light, and I don't want women to look at men in the wrong light, especially African American men. And so we got to really balance this thing out and really see where we want to go as a people, as a human race, black, white, and everything. Because this was a white American young lady, Haley Van Voris, that attempted to do that. I mean, a lot of people are supporting her in the things that she's doing, and this is where we can run into some difficulty. So let's continue this conversation and make sure we understand where we coming from. And if you got more light that you can shed on, you can always email, write in, and talk to us, and let's talk about it on camera about it. But we understand where people see where this idea is coming from, that a woman could play in male sports and participate at a high level just as well as a man, and we understand that, but we gotta nip this in the bud and understand it clearly.
How many genders are there?
12.
12 genders.
It depends on what definition.
No,
if we go originally to the definition of gender, it's talking about a male and a female. as gender.
How many different definitions of gender is there? You
I
got your
question.
iPad right there.
I'm not using it for that.
That's a prop.
I'm using it. I'm looking up
prop.
stuff that
He ain't got nothing. It don't even
Hey,
you
work.
know, my whole
listen,
thing is on
he's
being able
skating.
to
He's skating
use.
because he don't wanna address that.
Battery not
Because-
even on, man. It's
Because
not on.
everybody gonna be on his head.
Yeah,
That's
right.
why.
Yeah, man. Look,
I heard this lady say 12. It's 12 different genders out there. But then
I'm not
right? You said
yeah.
people say it's two.
Yeah,
How
but
the
how you want to
hell-
fight with it? You know, you want to fight a battle that's gonna keep bringing you back to the beginning because you can't avoid it. It's male and female out here. There's nothing else that can actually create life. Only a male and a female can create life, and the whole poison that's coming is affecting our communities.
Right.
When you go into transgender, you go into all these different things, you go into all this, all of it is going to destroy our communities because we got to make more children. We got to make more families to build strong communities. And we gonna keep coming back there because if black folk don't get onto it and these young black girls don't get into the program and put themselves in a position where a husband can find them and create families, we're gonna be behind everybody as far as what we got as a community. The black community is gonna die in 200 years.
Ray, what you looking for, man?
I was looking for this one, man. I saw this one guy talking about it on one episode, and he explained the whole, he asked the same question he asked it to this woman, and she said, "I'm not gonna get into it or whatever like that,"
Yeah.
and she left,
Don't wanna get
pretty much
into it.
after he explained.
What's
it to
that,
her.
Jesse Lee Peterson?
No, I'm trying to give him a proper shout out. I don't know if it was No Fugazi podcast or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Something.
You gotta check that guy out, though.
Yeah, I got.
You know who Jesse Lee
yeah.
Peterson is? You know who
Yeah,
he
yeah,
is, right?
I follow.
Yeah.
You
It's
follow
called-
him, right?
Yeah, I see him.
He's
I
very
watch it
conservative. You know that, right?
He's very conservative. Old
Very
school,
conservative.
old cat.
But it's all. But like he basically saying in some other ones, it all come back round to full circle to what's the bottom line? Where we going with this?
He's made plenty of people walk
Where
off
we
his
going?
set.
Yeah, what we
Plenty of
doing?
people have walked off his
What we
set.
doing? How does it benefit us?
I mean,
You know?
you want me to answer that?
Yeah. How does
Okay.
allowing this to continue on and keep pushing this idea that women are equal and can do exactly the same things that we can do? What is that going to get us at? Are the women ready to run these power plants? Are the women ready to dig these ditches and build these houses
You keep saying power
and all
plant.
these stuff like this?
Woman can't run
Well,
a power plant.
Well, hold on.
A power plant.
Well,
is very,
first of
very,
all-
very boy, it take years, and physically it's difficult.
Well,
you know,
you said
look-
run the power plant. You got to be specific because these women gonna be like, man, we gotta run a power plant. We just sit behind the thing and make.
Yeah,
sure
no, it's
everything goes
more
okay.
than that. It's more than
You're
that.
talking about physical labor.
I'm talking about it takes more than just doing that. You know these power plants are very hands on, and it takes a certain amount of strength to do a lot of that. Police officers, what they always say, if something pop off, who you want to show up, a man or a woman? If somebody's trying to rob your house and shooting and doing all that, and it's a violent situation, who you want to run up in there? You want most people always get an answer. They want a man to come there. I mean, it's not no battle to me. It's just I don't want to make it a battle. I just want us to really look at it for what it's worth to us as a people and where we trying to go with it.
I know how to sum this up. I can sum this up in 2 words: emotions and logic. A lot of people have this conversation about the equality thing, the gender equality, and it's very emotional.
And
But
that's the
then,
problem, yeah.
and then, that's where the problem lies at. Then you have the other side where what we're doing now, which is logic, which is facts. I think those 2 words is what pretty much sums this whole thing up, man.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
don't want to
so-
look at it in the I don't want to address it and approach it in the wrong way. I'm just approaching it basically.
Yeah.
And I want to look at it for its worth. I got daughters. I love them very much. I have a wife. I got family. My mother's gone, but my mother served a specific role in my life. And my dad served a specific role. And it's going to always be that because we got to have our families. this whole poison is destroying families. Transgender, all of the LGBT, all these different things, if it's going to take away from our communities, we all need to look at it for what it's worth, because we die if we don't have families. Our community, our race dies if we do not have people producing children to continue to further on our legacies. And that's what it boils down. Where's your legacy? Chief Hall Podcast coming at you from the same place we always come at you, and we ain't playing no games. I'm Frankie D. That's Ray, still looking for the same thing that he should have been looking up before he got here, and Rob over there letting camera batteries die. But this is podcast, and play the phone. We out of here. Chief Hall Podcast.